Hi, I'm Dr. Elsie Cook and I welcome you to my YouTube channel On Mission with Elsie. Today I want to share with you from 2 Samuel chapter 5 verses 17-21. When the Philistines heard that David had been anointed king over Israel, they went up in full force to search for him. But David heard about it and went down to the stronghold. Now the Philistines had come and spread out in the valley of Rephaim. So David inquired of the Lord, "Shall I go and attack the Philistines? Will you deliver them into my hands?" The Lord answered him, "Go, for I will surely deliver the Philistines into your hands." So David went to Baal Perazim, and there he defeated them. He said, "As waters break out, the Lord has broken out against my enemies before me." So that place was called Baal Perazim. The Philistines abandoned their idols there, and David and his men carried them off. Allow me to share 4 observations and several insights from this passage. The first observation is in this passage, David was faced with a tremendous challenge in the form of the Philistine army who camped in the valley of Rephaim, or the valley of giants, to block his march towards Jerusalem, where he would establish his kingship. But instead of panicking, second observation, David sought the Lord. He inquired of the Lord, "Lord, should I go and attack the Philistines? Will you go with me?" And to this, God responded, "Go, for I will surely deliver the Philistines into your hands." And the final observation, David obeyed God and did march against the Philistines. He went to Baal Perazim and then into the valley, and there God gave him victory over the Philistines. In 2 Samuel chapter 5:20, David testified, "As waters break out, the Lord has broken out against my enemies before me." So that place was called Baal Perazim. Baal Perazim literally means the Lord of bursting forth. As an Israelite, David was no worshiper of Baal. However, one commentator suggested that in Baal Perazim was a designated place of worship for Baal. So Baal Perazim is a play of words. When David said, "The Lord, Yahweh, Jehovah, broke out against my enemies," he was also testifying that the God he worshiped broke forth against one of the gods that the Philistines worship, who is Baal. David understood that the God he worshiped was the God who broke through for him. And the same God is the God that we worship today. He is the God of breakthrough. I look up the word breakthrough and it means the following. In general language, it means a sudden rush in finding the solution to a problem. It's also a military term. In that context, it is a situation where an offensive force has broken an enemy defensive line and rapidly exploited a gap that has been identified. This is what God did for David. I read this online and I love what it says. Breakthrough is most simply described as heaven manifested on earth. It is a byproduct of being in the presence of God. For us present-day believers, it is also a byproduct of the authority given to us through the cross. Breakthrough brings the shifting of mountains that the world cannot accomplish by itself. So if you are a follower of Jesus, remember that the God you worship is a God of breakthrough. Perhaps you are faced with your own valley of Rephaim, a valley of giants. And there's enemies, there's challenges before you that's stopping you from entering your destiny. You know what? Like David, come to the Lord, come to his presence and ask him to give you the breakthrough that you need. Breakthroughs can happen in every area of your life. It can be a breakthrough in your job situation. It can be a breakthrough in your financial situation. It can be a breakthrough in your relationship situation, whatever it is. The Bible says that God's will for all of His children is not to harm us. God has good plans for all of His children, but sometimes there are barriers, there are hindrances to entering those good plans. Like David, let us learn to seek God and experience Him as the God who breaks through. God bless you. I will see you again next week.